All right, we back. We back. L Boogie Reacts in the building. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right. Sorry for the delay, the disruption. We back on it, man. Back on schedule. So this one we're gonna label Black Maga Reaction. We found the video, we found the clip. This is the proper clip. We're gonna make sure we go over it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it. And hopefully y'all enjoy the content. Hopefully y'all enjoy what you're watching. Okay. This is the Black Maga Reaction. This one is about Nick Fuentes making comments about black conservatives. We got a couple videos that we're gonna go over, and then we'll get up out of it. Okay. So tap in, give me your input, your insight on what you believe or how you feel, how you're expressing yourself. We live, people. There's a lot going on. People talking about people looting and EBT, etc., etc. Is this the video over here? All right, all right. We're gonna see if we can bring some folks in. See if the people are pulling up. Check my levels. Mic check, mic check. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Yeah, we hear people. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, man, let's get started. Let's get started. Let me make sure.
And then, you know,
Let me make sure. This the one.
Dome, where you're suddenly in a sudden death match.
Fair use, educational, entertainment purposes only.
Is under any obligation, do every single bit justified to the and then, you know,
So this is the Cartier family. My boy got this guy on the left, man. He's standing on what he believe in at the moment. He's currently standing on what he believe in, how he feel about this subject. He's definitely a black conservative, which is cool, you know. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, their political beliefs. But in this situation, man, it just seems a little, you know, like he doesn't want to be honest with himself about what's taking place currently. So let's get into it, man. Let's go.
Then they arrest me, and then I'm like, oh, Osifa, please. I can't breathe.
Look, OT's mad still.
Crazy. Let a Nick
Nah, bro, I shouldn't have laughed at that, bro. I should not have
breathe.
laughed at that. He's still mad.
White
It's
people.
crazy, man. They keep bringing up the boy George Floyd, man. Let that man rest in peace, man. They keep bringing up George Floyd, boy. Oh, they love that George Floyd commentation. They love it, man. They love it, man. Let's go.
People are every single bit justified in being racist. Every single bit justified to the extent that that means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them. Every bit justified. And you want to know why? Because we see what happens. And nobody is under any obligation due to liberal ideology to put themselves in harm's way. If you're a white person and you're going to work or going to the ball game or going to the city at night, you don't want to enter into the terror dome where you're suddenly in a sudden death match. You're like in the gulag in Call of Duty fighting for your life all of a sudden because you got on the wrong train car.
There was a clip with a guy. They were arguing at a football game, I believe it was. It was a Los Angeles Rams game, and they were literally. He said, "I was chased by a black man on a metro last night." Not kidding, it's real. You're hilarious. What did you do? You know, that's the question. What did you do to get chased, or did you just get chased? But you know, it's hilarious that they spew this narrative that all black people are this way or that way. You can love whoever you want to love. I'm happy that the gloves are off, that the mask has been removed. I'm happy for that. I appreciate people being exactly who they are. You don't never have to fake a front about anything with me. I commend you for being exactly who you are. Tell us who you are. Tell us how you really feel, okay? Tell us exactly how you feel, man.
Because a car full of black people pulled up on you by the bus stop. You turn and you walk the other way. You avoid their neighborhoods. You avoid going out on Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend at night in certain places. When you see them, you start walking in the other direction. And we are every bit justified because we see what's going on and we don't want to die. It's that simple.
The problem with this guy is that he's making it about race. No one should want to go anywhere where there's violence. Even black people shouldn't go to some places where there's violence. But to make it out to say us white people definitely should, because we're white and we shouldn't be around black people, that's where the problem comes in my opinion. In general, you don't want to be around places that are violent. But he got to make it about being white and white people deserve to be racist against black people. No, it's like you can avoid violence against any group of people. White people are violent too. Hispanics are violent too. Black people have violence. Now, some communities are more violent than others.
Every ethnicity.
So you avoid the community.
Excuse me for cutting them off. Every race, every ethnicity, every culture has violence, okay? And I think that whenever someone tries to pinpoint that black people are more harmful to society than other races, I think other people just do a very good job of masking their harassment, their bullying, their treacherous ways, okay? I think that whenever you say that that's how every black person reacts, then that means you're rage baiting. You're attempting to get us to react this way. And I think that that's extremely noticeable now. I think that if you don't see it by now, then you just don't want to get it. And I think that's where the issue lies with me looking at the guys that say, hey, man, I can still kind of agree with a guy like Nick Fuentes because, I've been through a situation like this. Stop it. Do y'all not understand that black people I don't know what type of black people y'all be around. Maybe in a larger city. Maybe a person's on edge. They on thin ice in life. They might completely be really at their last step. But for the most part, man, black people don't go around harassing white people. They go around harassing their own people. So to say that that's something that we up to, nah, man, the crime usually takes place in the proximity of the people that you're usually surrounded by, from my understanding. So in black communities, we're talking about black people. We ain't even talking about white people being harassed by black people. Come on, man. Y'all know that's full of crap.
As people in general, not just because you white. Because somehow you speaking up for all white people. It's like, it's complete stupid and asinine to me. Then he was on Candace's show saying he don't want to race mix. He want his bloodline to be pure. As if every white person come from the same place.
I forgot him and Candace got into it too.
Yeah, man. I think that, because like the same thing, we don't want to go where it's violent either. Yes. OT don't want to go where it's violent. Candace doesn't want to go where it's violent.
Nick's point he's saying is, it's typically a trend of violence from one race.
Well, we know black people are more violent. We know this, but that doesn't mean like he said.
That's where I'm gonna have to disagree. Okay, black people are not more violent. They're not more racist. None of that. That is, if anything, let's talk about learned behavior. Okay, what was put on display for us to react to? Excuse me. What did we see growing up? What it do, Cutting Edge? Appreciate you pulling up, man. What was on TV? What was on display when it came to what we had to witness? Okay, it definitely wasn't from our side for the most of the time. Yeah, we know that propaganda is in full effect when it comes to our people. If you fall victim to that, I do. I'm not ashamed of it. But I would just say that just be a little more mindful of the things that you are committing, because there are a group of people that are waiting to see you react that way, okay? They're waiting to see you conduct yourself in that manner. It's almost like a trap, you know what I mean?
We don't want to go around the violence either. It's not a race thing. It's a violent thing. We don't want to go around violent people. If we go to HBCU, there, or somewhere where Maybe not HBCU. Not example.
This is a terrible example.
Okay, so why didn't we feel that way at the Black Conservative Federation events?
Because they're conservative.
But they're black.
Conservatives.
But they're black.
They're black.
Yeah, no, but
It depends. Even when we were at the Essence Festival, that was in New Orleans. They were not conservative, but there was no frequencies in there. You know, in certain places you can go. It's like he said, it's the violence. When you know there could be violence. And yes, I will not just sit on here and say, yes, we know black people are the most violent, statistically speaking.
But can I just say, both of them got a point? That's just what
I do think Nick.
I like the America First stuff Nick stands for. I don't agree with everything he says. I mean, the reason they're into it is because they've been going at each other over his undying support of Israel, his non-support of Israel.
Why do y'all think Nick's so big though? Like,
He says a lot of crazy things that a lot of people do probably side with. But kind of also a good point that OT made. Charlie Kirk would never talk like that.
no,
Charlie
that's two different
Kirk and Nick were not friends.
people. No, that's two different people. We were in Detroit.
Yeah,
What
we saw Nick pull
That's
up to
when
the-
I figured out who he was.
They kicked him out of the event, actually. That's why he was outside in the street.
That's when I figured out who he
there.
was.
You know, I don't know. I'm America First guy. You know, I'm pro-America. So I understand, like, why Nick came at Officer Tatum.
I think we are the Americans, but on top of that, what I will say is that there has been a lot of racism put on display in the past few months, maybe even the past year, maybe even the past couple years, more than it has ever been put on display in my years of being on this earth. Okay, so for me to witness what I'm seeing, it's kind of like it's almost like a confirmation of what has always lied behind the sheet. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we're listening to guys that want to be conservative, they want to live a certain way, they want to live they basically appreciate integration. They feel as if we can get along with everybody around us. You know, this group of black men right here think that they are capable of living and dwelling around all of the different races and cultures and ethnicities the white way, okay? And they don't feel the same about them. But they're confused as to why they feel this way about them, even with their conservative standpoint, okay?
But now I've been seeing more people side with Nick.
Duh,
Anybody
bro.
like
The younger generation is not as pro-Israel as Brandon Tatum.
No, like his engagement is like nobody I have seen in the conservative movement besides maybe Candace. She's a person that like
Charlie.
Her numbers.
He's gone now.
Yeah, Charlie
He was the GOAT.
Yeah,
He was.
he was for sure.
And now who you think's filling his place right now
But
is probably Nick.
The thing is, the crazy thing
They're
about
different.
Charlie,
Yes,
they
so-
are. But as far as the Israel thing, when Charlie was waking, I guess they're saying waking up, from that. I guess he would have kind of agreed with Nick on this.
I don't think they would have got along.
They wouldn't
People
have.
have been releasing text messages of Charlie coming after them for sitting down and talking to Nick Fuentes. I mean, if the right is so pro free speech, why is everyone trying to cancel this guy because you don't like what he says?
That's the thing. I haven't.
Are you
even
free speech, or are you only for free speech that you agree with? Because this is the same thing the left does. Oh, cancel him, be quiet, be quiet. Like,
Yeah, I don't think we should cancel him, but just my opinion, I do think OTs right now don't agree with him. I
Like
don't
the
agree with
right now, I've never seen this so divided. Like everywhere with this guy, Officer Tatum,
we know
Candace. Like
we know why. There's one common denominator.
it is. But like, yeah,
See, the other video I'm going to play, the guy's going to put a little bit more knowledge behind it. You know, like some information, some things that we can go off of to understand exactly what's taking place when it comes to these two parties, the Republican and the Democratic Party. And I like to kind of steer away from that just a little bit because they like to throw the political parties in front of it instead of just calling it for what it is, okay? They don't want to say which race is being extremely, basically being the type of people that we wouldn't expect them to be at this day and age in 2025 or whatever, But we do understand that at one point, this is how they spoke. This is how they presented themselves. This is all they could ever think about when it came to thrive in this society. Okay, they were always on some us first, and as it should be. Okay, when you hear the word race, that's exactly what it is. Who's gonna end up in first place, basically? And nobody wants to fall victim or fall short of another race or family group. Secret society, et cetera, et cetera. They want to make sure that they can stand on top, stand on the shoulders of others and thrive in this society. Plain and simple. Why do we want to put other races up on pedestals when we should be putting our own people up on pedestals? But they like to talk down about their community instead of finding resolutions and alternative routes to make sure that we all get on code, we all get on the same structural, to take advantage of the rights that we have, the ones that we do have. Because obviously things are not changing. We're not able to lobby any of the politicians. We're basically playing it backwards. We're not following the structure that everyone else follows and have no issues. Okay, these people have no issues getting things taken care of within their ethnicity. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. But Officer Tatum's basically calling Nick racist, and that is.
I've seen Nick Fuentes say
I would
explicitly
agree
that
with
he's not racist. I mean, in the Tucker interview, he said he loves Kanye West. He grew up a fan, the fashion of everything. I mean,
he might be
racist. Say that.
I mean, I'm not gonna be
he did work with Kanye.
A snowflake about it.
Dude is taking pride in saying the word nigga, like just taking pride in it. Okay, I've never seen. When in the past, okay, when I've seen a European man, thinking about using the N-word, that's exactly how they express it. The N-word, or that's forbidden. I would never say that word. People are gonna take it upon themselves. A person like Nick Fuentes, every chance they get, whenever they get a chance, that's how they're gonna express it. Why wouldn't they express it in that manner if they aren't of that? Okay. Anybody else would be a little more sensitive to it. I'm not telling you to be sensitive to it, but I think that they would take a little bit more sense to it to understand that we come from a terrible background of being that, or having to be exposed to that, being exposed to racism. So why wouldn't they pull back on that a little bit? We don't go around degrading them or spewing derogatory terms to them. You know what I mean? I'm not playing victim neither. I'm just taking recognition to the situation.
But he might be racist. Would that offend me, or would that affect me in any way? No. But I mean, just keeping it 100, he might be racist.
But are you racist?
Am I racist? No, I'm not racist.
Say.
I don't like ignorant behavior. Don't say that you are racist. He is racist, y'all. I don't care if he is racist.
I mean, if it's prejudice, like you're prejudging someone based on characteristics.
I'm not racist. I don't like ninja behavior. I don't like violent behavior. But like the things that I say on here and the way I feel is because I want better for black people. I like black people. I want black people as a whole to do better. That's why I say the things I say. It's like, you got that coach who's a mean coach, but he's telling the truth. That's kind of how I feel about my situation. I'm definitely not racist at all. I love black people. I want black people to do better.
We do.
It's just like, but I'm gonna call it out. When ninjas are violent and ninjas are doing bad behavior, I think that we should, as other black people, call it out so the people know, obviously all black people are not like that.
If this is entertaining,
what up,
people
man?
are enjoying the stuff that Nick is saying. How can he be racist for just calling out what people think is funny?
But he even said in the clip, he said he says the racism is justified. So you can say that he pretty much just admitted it.
I mean, he does say a lot of outlandish stuff. I can understand why one
People
would be
agree with
offended.
These guys are black conservatives, okay? They stand with Nick Fuentes. They stand with President Trump. And yes, at one point I would have never looked at Trump and said he's, of that. But I do believe that the people that voted for him most certainly, genuinely feel that way about every other race but theirs, okay? They're definitely spewing out this rhetoric at this point about who black people are, what they stand for, what they consist of. I think that we have to once again be more mindful of that and observe it for what it is, take heed to it, and make our attempts to change the future generations of our people. Because saying that some like the youth would stand with a guy like Nick Fuentes when he's just blatantly disrespecting them every chance he get, I just don't understand why a person would do that. I don't see the benefit in that. Okay, I don't see the benefit in it.
Lie detector test. Do you think he's racist?
Nick Fuentes?
Yes. In his heart, when he's off camera, do you think he is racist?
I mean, I've seen him calm down when he's not being all excited. He said he's willing to give anybody a chance and everyone's a good person. He doesn't dislike people based on their skin color. I've heard him say that.
So you say no?
I mean, I think maybe he has some racist opinions.
So yes or no, man?
The word racist is crazy, though. We need to pick up different words.
Okay.
I mean, prejudice
or prejudice?
Prejudice based on race is the definition of racism.
Do I think I'm just as prejudiced as Nick Fuentes? Yes.
I don't think so.
I think he just has a platform,
Well, maybe.
and now he's just
You
more
maybe.
bold with it, and I think that's truly what it is. But for me to just call him a racist, I don't know about that.
Man, I don't-
Racist now.
Because he does not give the same vibes as the other conservative people.
I wouldn't put him in the same
Lost
category.
in
I
the
think he's his
sauce.
own lane. I think that's why he's so popular, because he's not like the rest of them.
Did you see the
He
girl doing
doesn't
the
Like
black-
Charlie was definitely not racist.
He doesn't parrot the
Nick
same
Fuentes
points.
might be racist.
He's Mexican and
I'm
white.
not saying I'm like upset by it or
He's
I'm
Mexican,
offended by it.
though.
I'm just
I
saying.
think he has made it very he's given the racist people they're eager to react and you know, to express themselves from a racial standpoint now. Okay, they want to spew out the EBT, they want to talk about blackface, they want to put on blackface, they want to, you know, act as if, you know, they're not affected, or excuse me, that this is exactly who we are, basically, you know, because they see a few people reacting a certain way, not knowing their situation, not knowing their background or where they came from, just, you know, putting that statistic on them. It's unfortunate, yes, that we do see that type of behavior, but to say that that's the way, that's the mannerisms of every black man is just a lie. It's not true. You know what I mean? We don't go around acting that way especially with other races. Okay? We have, of course, every ethnicity in America has something that they must deal with within their communities. But to say that that's exact, man, you just, you know, you're definitely getting paid to talk that shit the way you talking it. That's how I look at it. Somebody's paying this guy to speak in the manner he's speaking, and then other people are following behind it at this point. They're like I said, they're eager to do it. Okay.
And he might be, and he can be that if he want to be. I don't
think
care.
Nick Fuentes
What is that going to do to me?
I don't dislike Nick Fuentes.
No, that didn't even make me dislike him. You know, I just think that maybe I do think he is racist. Just being honest, that's my honest opinion.
I'm an American.
Gun to my head, that's what I would think.
I'm an America firster type of guy, man.
So,
Because
like,
he just said he don't want to go around black people. So do you think he would want to come around us?
But
Us three?
he sat down with Hog Twins. He sat down with Candace. I mean, just because you know.
Yeah. But they're less ninja like. Would he come around us?
I don't see why not.
Like
I don't know if he would.
The most racist guy in America, right? He let a person come there, a black guy come there, multiple black people come there and interview him. So like, what does the word racist mean anymore? You know,
I think that it means, to me, it means,
What
okay,
does the
you
word
think that
racist
all
mean?
of this group of people is this certain way. I think that, yeah, you most likely think all these people are that way. And I think that black people can be racist when they say white people this. But I think if you also say black people this, if you say Jews this, you definitely say he racist versus Jews, even if you agree with Israel or not. Because, you know, there's people in Jerusalem or, you know, Israel who just, like us, just born, they just doing their thing. And, you know, they get sucked into what other people of their race are doing, like we do.
It's weird to me that I've heard Officer Tatum say, "Oh, we can't be mad about the N-word," and then he's sitting here upset about and crying about the N-word. You know, like what makes Nick racist? Just basically what he said. Oh, we just want to avoid
a
black
black
people.
man.
I mean, I want to avoid.
Is he racist? Is he racist?
No, but see, you
Is it-
don't
is
want to
it-
avoid black people, period. You want to avoid violence.
Is it
not a
racist
race
because
thing.
it's racist because the white guy saying it and not a black person?
No, the N-word isn't what it is to me.
No.
The N-word comment wasn't what makes it racist to me. The racist comment to me was, I don't want to go around black people. I agree with those T statements, you don't want to go around
So-
violence. But so
Hold on, brother. All right. So the word nigga is not the racial part of it. But then you're gonna add on that going around black people or saying that you don't want to be around black people because you think these things are gonna happen to you because they're black is the racial part. Well, how are you just gonna slip past the nigga part? I don't get that. How you gonna overlook the nigga part, but you're not gonna overlook the part where he's talking about being around these people, being surrounded by these people, and just knowing he's gonna get hurt. Like that doesn't make sense. Come on.
saying all black people means he wouldn't want to go to the BCF because he don't want to be around black people.
If that's the case, you don't want to go around no black people, then that is racist. Now, if you're just calling
that's what he said. That's what I mean. I got to take it for what you said.
Also, we have the first clips we've heard of Nick. He's also, he said, obviously not all black people. He said that. Has he not said that?
Yes.
So now in this clip, he's just going a little hard. He's like, oh, okay, I can't tell you that. That's racist. I think he's just doing this shit as a joke, bro. It's just like talk
Bro,
to
I'm telling you. Like when I see him, like yes, he says wild stuff like this. Yes, I will admit it's very like whoa, you know.
But he can't make
But
everybody
I've seen him say
we're
it
so
calmly.
anti-woke.
I am anti-woke.
Once again, man, black people are just extremely compassionate for other races, for other ethnicity groups. Majority of the time when you're around black people, the real, the ones that's stomp down black people and they willing to do anything for you, take the shirt off their back, feed you, let you into their communities, treat you just like one of their own, okay? Those are the ones that they're attempting to attack. That's the part that I have an issue with, okay? You're putting all of us in that same category, in that same box. And even for the guys that's not on, that's not on code or they not on that, I'm not gonna sit up here and bash them guys. I understand that, they just going, they into some shit at the moment, okay? But they don't never give us time to grow, develop, and become structural in our lives. They always want to make sure that we never succeed in that we never get past that. And knowing that there's a lot of different black successful families in America, okay? It's so many we can name, so many different inventors, so many different people that have provided, such great patriotism to America, okay? And then try to remove all of that one little fucker on here talking crazy about about us all. Nah, man. Ain't no way. Not my grandmothers, not my grandfathers, not my parents. Nah, man. We never been like that. And I know plenty more black people that's the same way, okay? If anything, we're worrying about being taken out. And I think that's where it's confusing to me, because shit, for the most part, our people be worrying about getting taken out, getting arrested wrongfully, getting unalived wrongfully, all types of different shit. But we the ones that's the havoc creators. Okay, that don't make sense. Y'all, they know that don't make sense. Let's go to the next video. Yeah.
Explain yourself. You said on Candace on the show you don't want a race mix. You
don't want
a
a race
racist.
mix, man. They not gonna race
Explain
mix.
how you not a racist right now. That's what interview I would have. Why are they're gushing over each other?
See, that's crazy, man, because this guy was just at a rally at a college, and he was speaking for Turning Point, and he was talking about how, certain black people being just bad apples or whatever, just being bad apples, rotten apples or whatever. And the other one should be able to succeed in whatever it is that they're making their attempts at in America. But see, whenever you code switch with these other races, man, people take heed to that. They acknowledge that you're not for your people. They can see that, okay? They understand what you up to. They see that you're pandering, that you're shucking and jiving for other groups because you want something out of it. Okay, let's keep going.
Smelling butts, Turning Point.
And then the funny part is Brandon Tatum. He went too far, bro. He grifted too hard. You sold out too deep to it now, and so you got that reason why your fans are leaving you too. Because at this point, ain't nobody fucking with that state on the left, on the right. Pretty much everybody's tired of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And so you're fucked.
All right, this is Young Don Reacts. He's going to react to content as well. Let's go.
YouTube's biggest Uncle Tom just lost all his fans for saying this. Video by Poetic Flacco. Y'all hear it? My voice is coming back, bro. 1-2 more days tops. 1-2 more days tops. But yeah, Officer Tatum, he crashing out yet again. Oh boy.
Officer Tatum and other black conservatives are whining and complaining online because they believe that the right wing is leaning towards Nick Fuentes' ideology.
Oh, yeah.
And they're becoming too racist, even for their liking.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Nick, you know that we don't agree on anything. I think you are a despicable human being.
Hey.
But I got to give you your credit, man. I got to respect your
I do. I did make a video recently, and I remember he was talking about Charlie Kirk. He tried to make it seem as if Charlie Kirk was the worst type of person. But nah, man, you had that mask on, obviously. Now that Charlie Kirk's not here, you're replacing that man, okay? You're doing exactly what Charlie Kirk was doing. You're dividing the room, okay?
man. You even made the black you even made our sellouts realize they were black for a day. And for that, that's an accomplishment, right? Obviously, I disavow all of Nick Fuentes' rhetoric, but I do have to find the humor in black folks who have made a career over the last decade spewing anti-black rhetoric and catering to a white supremacist audience.
Mm-hmm.
Those black people are now online.
Hey, shout out to Flacco, man. Clap. Hey, shout out to Flacco. I've seen people say that, Flacco.
All right, before he start, Flacco definitely be talking his talk about black people too, especially in LA. He be talking down about those black guys in those gang culture, gang communities or whatever. He's documenting their shit. I watch him too, just to see what he talking about. Okay, it's a lot of different black guys just talking down on their community. It's beneficial. It's profitable. Okay, they get to talk shit about their communities. They get to make money off of it, and they're happy. Okay, so no, I ain't too quick to take bro's side in a lot of his talking points. He be on point with what he's saying, but he always has his moments where he goes right back into his conservative type ways and disrespecting black people. So
say I don't watch all his videos, you feel me? But I've seen people say that he's MAGA. I don't know, bro. Bro don't sound MAGA here. And so if he was at some point in the past, maybe he had his fucking, I don't know, his awakening. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, shout out to Flacco, man. We need more black people, brothers, who are not afraid to say this shit.
Only realizing they're black once they realize that them being a token is no longer needed because now white supremacists and racist ideology is like now a norm on social media, and they don't need to hide behind you to say no more. So now they're treating you how they've been treating us, right, for forever, even though they've been telling you, no, you're the good kind. See, these people like a Poetic Flacco, nah, they're the bad kind. They're the bad type of black guys. You're the good one, and you believed it for years, and now they're finally letting you know they don't like you either. And now you're complaining and you're crying about how Nick Fuentes is becoming mainstream. So all of this, by the way, is they're upset.
That is hilarious, bro. The downfall of the black conservative grift, it is going to be so sweet because we can see what's happening to the Republican Party. It is doubling down on this whole racism shit. It's like, fuck it. We putting all our chips in over here. We don't like brown people. You feel me? For a while, they tried to pretend like they weren't racist no more. And that's how I think they got to rope in so many black people. They put up that nice picture of Jesus, you know what I'm saying? They put that cross around their neck, and it made these black people who already were, not solid in regards to their black identity. It made them say, oh, wow, I like Jesus, you like Jesus, we can both be friends. And they
said, man, how we praying to the same God, man? We can't be praying to the same God. Not at all. We cannot be praying to the same God because you can't tell me that I'm gonna go to hell speaking and presenting yourself in a way that you are and expecting to make it to heaven. I don't understand that. Okay.
Let's
go.
I know there are probably racist people in the Republican Party, but the Republican Party itself, the leadership, the faces of it, these guys, they're not racist. Well, now all that shit is out the window. Mask off. We've seen who these people really are. And, I mean, they gone too far, bro. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Tatum, niggas like him, they can't come back. They can't come back, bro. What would it take for Brandon Tatum to redeem himself to the black community?
Money must have been
He gonna have to take all that money he made tap dancing and fucking build that school Dr. Umar said he was going to build. That's what it would take at this point, bro, for a guy like Brandon Tatum to redeem himself to the black community.
That Nick Fuentes is slowly climbing the ranks into mainstream. That Nick Fuentes is slowly becoming a household names, and there's no barrier or infrastructure in place to really counter him anymore because they help destroy it, right? Y'all help cancel culture. So now people like Nick Fuentes have no real barrier in place, right? They'll continue to climb the ranks as hateful as they get. So Officer Tatum and the black MAGA preacher, they're upset that Tucker Carlson interviewed Nick Fuentes and didn't really push back against Nick Fuentes, and they believe that this is a slap in the face to black conservatives everywhere, as if the right wing cares about what a black conservative has to say.
They don't give a fuck about the black vote. They got the majority, bro. White people is 60% of this country. And then you factor in all the confused black people, all the confused Arab people, all the confused Asian people and Hispanic people that think they can, blend in with white America, with this white and integrate into this white supremacist structure. They don't need to try and get our vote. They know it's pointless. It ain't no.
They look forward to integrating with those cultures and ethnicities and just push theirs off to the side. They don't want nothing to do with their own kind, okay? They don't want to find a resolution. They don't want to find no resources, no reformation, no distribution, no nothing. Because I don't know if they've been threatened or if they've been told like, hey, it'll never happen. I don't know what they done been told, okay? But they don't want no parts of that. They don't want no parts of that at all. That's why they fighting for it so hard. They're confused. They want to know why they can't be down. They want to be down with the secret society as well, man.
point. And so these black conservatives were like, but what about us? You guys, we don't feel represented here at the Republican Party anymore. There's so much overt racism. Oh my God, the leadership's embracing it. Yeah, well, tough shit, nigga.
Bruh, y'all got used and spit out, bruh. They have no use for you guys anymore.
Explain yourself. You said on Candace Owens' show, you don't want a race mix. You a racist. Explain how you not a racist right now.
Explain yourself.
That's what interview I would have. Why are we the gush?
He didn't see that coming, man. He didn't see that coming. Come on now, Officer Tatum. See, and this guy said he was an intellectual, or he presented himself in a manner that he was an intellectual. Okay, so how couldn't you see this coming? You got all of this information about the previous history of Black Americans. You know exactly who you're shaking hands with, who faces you smiling in front of. How could you not see this coming, bro? Like, where you been at? I don't understand why you don't understand what type of people you're dealing with, okay? And I like where Young Don is going to take this presentation, because he's going to give us a little backstory to how the Republican and the Democratic Party did the code switch, the code switch, excuse me.
Over each other, smelling butts. Turning point.
And then the funny part is Brandon Tatum, he went too far, bro. He grifted too hard. You sold out too deep to Israel now. And so you got that reason why your fans are leaving you too. Because at this point, ain't nobody fucking with, that state. On the left, on the right, pretty much everybody's tired of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And so you're fucked.
But I will say Kanye did go apologize to that. And it's like, man, it's just like, come on, Ye, man. Every time Ye gets into this, I don't know what he's doing it for neither. Maybe he's trying to make money off of his product right now. I know Ye got his product back online. I don't know if it's Shopify or not, but.
See the person that's on stage?
Salute. They praying to a Yag-looking dude that's posing as God, but really is Lucifer. We don't serve the same. We definitely don't serve the same. We can't be serving the same God, man.
I don't know how many times I got to say this. And people got mad at me and said, Brandon Tatum, you dividing the movement. I simply said, he's antithetical.
See, his own fans are defending Nick Fuentes, saying, we know he's a little problematic. We know that, but he's one of us. You're dividing us, Brandon. They don't go to him and say, Nick, you're dividing the movement. Oh, you're being racist against blacks. You're going to isolate and push out all the black conservatives. They ain't worried about that shit, nigga.
Nope.
To the mission of turning point.
You're not even a mascot, because the mascot of the Republican Party has to be a white man. You're just a pet that is kept in the corner. And right now, you yapping a little bit too much, nigga.
Speak when you
yapping a little. They about to put that shot collar on you, huh? They about to pull that Hassanabi on you, boy.
USA. The stuff that he's doing is antithetical to what Charlie stood for. At some point, somebody got to drop their nuts and say, I can't have you out here doing this. We got young, impressionable young men, and this is what you infusing in their mind. Next thing you're gonna have Nick Fuentes.
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna take your side against their people. See, that's where you fall short at, brother. Don't you? See, that's what I'm saying. See, they won't do that to their people. Or if they do it to their people, they make sure that it's a collective, okay? They're thinking as a collective. They're going to vote on it. They're going to figure out how to get it done and keep stabilization within in their communities. But within our communities, it seems like it's always unstable. It's always one guy, two guys, four guys that's saying something that has, to go against their community. So you want them to do something you're not even willing to do for your community. You ain't even willing to do that for your people. You want them to do that for their people? Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Up there?
This clown got some nerve. Imagine the damage you've done to impressionable young men and their perspective of black people when they click on videos like black people meltdown over losing EBT after government shutdown. And the videos that you've played was satire videos by alt-right accounts and other sellouts and AI videos of black folks complaining about EBT.
When they got so many videos on TikTok, bro, of white people crying, complaining about the fact that their SNAP benefits are gone. Why you don't play any of those? Yeah. No, you can never come back, bro. You can never.
He could never, ever do that because it would go against what he has been appointed to stand for. This guy has to, by all means. It's like he's speaking up for the black people right now, or he wants to understand why certain black people can't be down. But then he won't even take the time to say, hey, nah, you know what? There are other ethnicity groups that are being affected by EBT and food stamps and all of that stuff. He can't even acknowledge that because that goes against the rhetoric that the black man is the worst off person in America. Okay?
Back.
Well, you went out of your way to play this and portray as if black folks are the only ones who are like on EBT or who are terrified of losing or like losing EBT, and painting black folks as if we're like all freeloaders and moochers. That's something that you did, by the way. And look at this smile and like on your face. Look at this smile on your face as you play a satire video portraying black folks as all moochers. This is you, right? And you convey this as if it was like a real serious black man who was talking. No. This is an alt-right dude who make videos like disparaging black folks all the time. So. Excuse me, right? If people are not galvanizing around you and cheering you on as you go against somebody who do the exact same thing that you do, you guys are both anti-black.
Yeah, for sure.
And here's the thing, okay? So Officer Tatum was always under the impression that he was the good boy, all right?
Yeah.
That he was the good one. And he believed that these people were really his friends. So when he says, are y'all going to invite Tucker Carlson too and Nick Fuentes too? He's upset that Tucker Carlson was invited to speak at Turning Point for a particular conference that he was not invited towards, okay? And he's like, bro, Tucker Carlson represents everything y'all don't like. I represent everything y'all do like. I've been bootlicking and closing up to you guys for years and y'all did not invite me. Now, I believe he was salty about this even before Charlie died, I believe.
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point Faith events.
Oh, no, not you.
Which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now.
I told you, man, these raccoons, they think that Christianity shit means something to these people, bro. It don't mean jack. It don't mean shit.
It is strange that Kanye West has, apologized to the Jewish community, all while this is taking place with the black conservatives as of recent. It is kind of strange. Not strange in a way to where,
I need money.
Shout out to Russell Red with the $5. He said, puppets are used to support their master's agenda, entertain the crowd. They have a deadline before it's gone. Tatum got his money. The show's over, clown. He damn sure got paid. I don't know how much money he got paid. They were saying $7,000 a post or a video, but hey, you did get your money, but it's over, man. Pack it up, man. It's time to move on, man. We got what we needed up out of you. See, I think people don't understand that everything does have a price, right? So like in that situation, yeah, man, you was up for grabs for a pretty penny. You took the bait, and now you over here complaining about it. I think that does kind of sum up exactly what's taking place. Appreciate that, Russell Red. Word.
Y'all, I feel sorry for y'all because y'all actually believe that shit, I think. I think a lot of these raccoons, they really believe in this Jesus shit, bro. You feel me? They don't realize that these all these far-right Republicans who like to wear crosses and shit, they don't give a fuck about Jesus. They don't care.
They stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that
Jesus, Christian nationalism, that's just a new cover for the KKK, bro. That's all that is. It's a new face of it. But it ain't even a new face. Y'all didn't know the KKK is a Christian organization, bro? You didn't know that? You didn't know they used the Bible?
Look at that picture, man. That picture says 1,000, maybe even 1,000,000 different words, okay? This is exactly what we have to look forward to as black people. Okay? As soon as we start shaping ourselves up, the majority of us, and making sure that we find ways to direct our families to generational wealth, stocks, investments, etc. And those masks get revealed, and now they want to speak up again, okay? Remember, you can spark the mind to change. You can change. You can create change, all right? You can create it, and it's beneficial to your community. It makes sense for us to always uplift our communities, okay? The same way as when there's some horrible or terrible news, and it kind of gets, they want to put they want to hide, they want to cover it up because they want to make sure that that's not the That's not how their people roll, okay? They don't want that to be looked at and saying, hey, nah, actually, these are the most harsh people in America, okay? They gotta keep the stats rolling to make it seem as if the consumerism, basically, okay? Because it kind of is, it's like a cycle as well, all right? They want to make sure that we are the consumers of America, the ones that are, you know, working for them, making their money, never thinking about generational wealth for our families, never investing, you know, never speaking about resources, transforming our you know, our community.
Able to justify slavery, bro, and Jim Crow. They've been using, white people have been using the Bible since the 1400s to justify the oppression of black people. And they still doing it to this day. And y'all wouldn't even have that shit if it wasn't for them. Huh? You wouldn't know about that shit. It's crazy.
Never been on. But I didn't cry and say, that's...
I'm sure you did not, but you're doing that right now.
I said, you know what? I understand, man. God gave me a platform that's bigger than any platform you can give me anyway.
Man, keep God's name off your mouth. No.
So I can do my own Christian stuff on my own platform. I'm not tripping, bro. I'll still do the thing because I care about the kids.
Oh, for sure.
But I was like, it's all right, man. You know, if y'all, they don't want me to speak because of something else. When they got Tucker up here talking bad about Jews, I said it is what it is. That's not my place.
It's so sad. He's so pressed about Jewish people, bro. What about black people?
I don't run the organization. And you know why they didn't want me in Turning Point Faith? Probably because a donor said, we don't want Brandon in Turning Point Faith because of his beliefs.
Look, I don't think it was your beliefs, officer. It was your,
A donor probably told him, we don't want Brandon there. A donor probably told him, we don't want Candace there. And what did they do? They didn't allow me to be there.
From your perspective, you align and have the exact same values and rhetoric as Turning Point and Charlie Kirk, and you guys was one step in line. Candace and Tucker Carlson.
Now here's why he's saying his beliefs, by the way. You might not know the Brandon Tatum lore to that extent. Officer Tatum, Raccoon Tatum, he denies the Trinity. That's what he's getting at. He believes that the Bible says that, you know what I'm saying, Jesus isn't God, he's the Son of God, which is what the Bible says. But Jesus is called God in the Bible, though. You know, there's contradictions. It's all, you know, whatever. It's a mess. But yeah, but Brandon Tatum, you know what I'm saying, he's really into that shit. Jesus is the Son of God, he's our brother, and the Father, he is God Almighty. And so a lot of Christians take issue with that. But here's the thing. You don't think they got every kind of white person at Turning Point events, bro? They got atheists, they got Pentecostals, they got Protestants, they got Catholics, they got Orthodox. They don't have no problem with whatever flavor of Christian you like to call yourself, okay? No, sir. It seems like Brandon Tatum would have struggled with one of those games you played as a kid where it's like, ooh, can you spot the difference? One of these is not like the others. Seems like he probably didn't do too well with those exercises in the third grade. But yeah, no, I promise you, sir, it's not your doctrine or your theology that is causing them to stay away, because they're not inviting you to be a pastor. Tucker Carlson didn't give a Bible sermon at the TPUSA event. No, y'all went to talk about politics and shit like that. So that is not the reason you weren't invited, sir.
Now, because he was going through that.
That's my whole point about it. Like, you know, the politics are brought up, but the people that are completely affected are the ones that don't have the same type of skin color. That's where it kind of, you know, it reveals itself, okay? Let's make it about politics, but really truly deep in, you know, down inside, it's about the color of your skin, man.
One of his black conservative homies as well, called the Black Maga Preacher.
Oh,
he
Lord.
found himself.
Oh, Lord, the Black Maga Preacher. Jesus, he could not wear a brighter beacon to try and signal to white supremacists that I'm one of the good ones.
Taking to Twitter to speak up for Brandon Tatum and speak up against racism in a conservative movement. And according to him, that he believes that Nick Fuentes and the rhetoric is going to take away the black support from the conservative movement. Okay, so let's hear what he has to say. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, if...
Oh, not this nigga right here. The guy from the Jubilee, the guy who got fired from his job because of all that racist anti-black shit he said on that Jubilee show, and then started a Give, Send, Go, started a GoFundMe and couldn't even raise like $200. Wow, this guy, he's calling himself the Black MAGA Preacher now?
GOP, if the Republican Party, J.D. Vance, Trump,
I love Trump, but if our leaders don't distance themselves from
You have a lisp, sir. You have a lisp, you're fat, and you're dark skinned. In what universe are these white supremacists going to get behind you, man? Huh?
Damn.
Oh, no.
If he's going to platform people like Nick Fuentes, I'm telling you, you're going to lose the black vote.
That's a lie from hell. Anybody who was ride or die with the far right-wing extremists, they're not going anywhere, bro.
Not at all.
Because y'all don't identify with those people because of policies.
The Hispanic vote and the conservative woman vote. You're going to lose the Christian vote. These people are going to destroy.
Gonna lose the Christian vote. Ain't nothing more Christian than being racist against black people, buddy. Open a history book, sir. I'm not lying. Bro, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Open a history book. Ain't nothing more Christian than being racist against black people, bro. That is what it is.
Destroy the coalition that Trump has built. That amazing coalition that had blacks, Hispanics, record high with Hispanic voters, record high with black voters.
Hey, buddy. Why doesn't Trump say something about it? You don't think Trump has seen all the racism? Why doesn't he say something to calm this shit down, quiet it, stomp it out? It's because he's with it.
It's because, and even if he isn't with it, he ain't gonna go against it. He know that that's forbidden. Why would he go against the people that are racist? And those are the ones that's lining his pocket, okay? Allegedly.
With it.
Me and others, Brandon Tatum's, the guy from PragerU, so many of us black conservatives have worked so hard to convince our people, the little people that have listened to us, that the Republican Party, and I know it's not true, but you know how it looks to black people and to Hispanics?
You know it's not true, sir. I mean, I don't even got to go to the statistics to show all of the...
This is exactly what the hell they get for trying to say that racism didn't exist, man. I mean, it just didn't make sense. I don't know why that was even a talking point, okay? Racism didn't exist. Black people tripping. They need to get on their shit. Why was that so prevalent when it came to defending the conservative, the far right, the right wing? Okay, why was that the rhetoric? And now we see who has to defend themselves against those same talking points. They're looking at you in the exact same manner. They view you the same way you view everybody else in the black community that you don't respect. They look at you the same way. They look at you exactly the same way.
Ways in which systemic racism is alive and thriving, as strong as ever. If you want to take a look at the difference between how black people and white people are policed, if we want to take a look at your eligibility or your likelihood to be qualified for certain loans, if you want to take a look at the how harshly black people are sentenced as opposed to white people when they commit the same crime and have the same criminal history. I mean, there's so many ways to know. There's so many ways to see that systemic racism is still alive and well and thriving in this society. But beyond that, what about the young Republican leadership, the GOP leaks, the text leaks that came out where they're talking about monkeys and watermelon people and using the N-word and talking about, gassing people in gas chambers and all of that? What about the abundance of Confederate flags that you see flying at Maga events? Come on, man. What do you mean it's not true? Oh, this is so pathetic.
Tucker Carlson, one of the biggest voices of the right, is platforming a man that called black people N-words? That has publicly said that black people are inferior mentally.
Something tells me Tucker Carlson uses the N-word, at least once upon a time for sure.
More than likely.
Publicly. Who spoke against interracial marriage, who has praised Hitler and Stalin. You can kiss the 2028 election goodbye.
Gone. That's gone. There is no chance for the Republicans to win the 2028 election. It's going to be a blue wave, a landslide.
Okay, so if we want to talk about that, then obviously we have to talk about the things that took place before or when Trump came in, after he left, when Joe Biden stepped in, he did his 4 years, what the conversation sounded like, and then what it's looking like now since Trump has gotten back in, pardoning billionaires for just pardoning everybody he possibly can, lining his pockets more than likely off of those situations as well, allegedly. This is all by design, okay? I'm pretty sure they already knew. But for these 4 years, oh yeah, we're gonna see a lot of, weird transactions, weird situations. Their people don't even agree with it, okay? Because they're being affected by it as well. I just seen a lady was speaking about the grocery prices, okay? She was looking to see them go down, okay? She was looking to see things shaped up a little different. She believed in that man. Look how many of them people believed in that man. When you're on the outside, obviously you're not going to get the full truth or the full benefit of a situation anyway. I think that's where people always fall victim, and I think that's where the black man kind of stands and looks at it and say, man, I'm not voting, or man, I'm not voting for that, because they already understand that we don't have enough power within that structure to change things anyway. And if it is getting done, it's getting done where we can't see it with the naked eye,
The only way they retain power is if Donald Trump really pulls off some dictatorship type shit.
Phoenix Rising in the building, Miss Chicago. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Hey, Phoenix Rising, when was your B-Day? Happy birthday to you. Happy belated or happy birthday to you. Make sure y'all give Miss Phoenix Rising a happy birthday in the chat. Happy birthday to you.
Bro, that's the only way. That's the only way.
If they don't stop being political, our leaders don't stop being political and distance themselves from Tucker Carlson. I like Tucker Carlson, and I'm not trying to cancel Tucker Carlson, but you cannot platform white supremacists and think that black people are going to support you or Hispanics.
And the humor in all of this is they're not turning their back on Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes and others because they're anti-black. They're turning on Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes because Nick Fuentes and others criticize BB.
Yeah. The only issue, those white people on the right in the Republican Party who do take issue with Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson, the only thing that bothers them is that they're anti-Israel. That's it. Because there is still, a sizable demographic of conservatives who are still very pro-Israel. And it's just because they're addicted to white supremacy and they like the idea of a bunch of white people because these Jews are white. Come on, let's stop playing. Slaughtering and
I've been said
ethnically cleansing the land of brown people who are also Muslim. Oh, you're getting 2 for 1 right there. That's a 2 for 1 deal. You're telling me we're going to oppress brown people and Muslims? Oh, sign me up.
So he dropped this video and they ain't spare him, man. Nick Fuentes and his community did not spare this clown, man. They made this clown make a follow-up video.
Oh, God.
With puppy dog eyes. How could... I'm disgusted about the amount of racism I received. I thought racism didn't exist. I thought racism...
Guys, if the Civil War pops off, and we all get to our battle stations and all that shit, and we see this nigga pull up to the gate, what are we doing? Not Flacco. We gotta let Flacco in, bro. Fuck what anybody say, bro. We gotta let Flacco in. Flacco, he cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened in the past, he reformed now. But we got what we doing with bro, Israel boy. You know what I'm saying? The guy we're reacting to.
They tell us to, be individualists, think for ourselves, all while they're thinking as a collective, thinking as a group. All right.
We let him in. I feel like we can't let him in, bro. Because all they gonna do is send some, mid-white girl, some mid-looking white chick over to seduce him. He gonna fold immediately, bro. He gonna fold immediately. He gonna give up all the locations where we got the guns, where we got all of our supplies. He gonna tell him when we, who's sleeping where. He gonna give up the leadership. Nah, bro.
I have never experienced the level of racism and hatred, and I've always been controversial, but I've never seen the level of anger, hatred when it comes to speaking about the Jews. Not Israel. Jewish people, not just Israel, the nation, which I'm behind biblically as support, but just Jewish people.
Oh yeah, biblically, they love clutching that Bible, boy, to justify their anti-blackness.
Our leaders are doing a disservice by continuing to tell us to unite, to continue to tell us that there's not a problem. Yes, the left is horrible. We know how bad the left is, and I'm a proud conservative because I'm a conservative in values. Even if the people who claim to be conservative, who claim to be Christian, who rap patriotism around the cross, and blaspheme God and cuss and use profanity and use unchristlike character and demonize Jewish people like they're unredeemable, when Jesus said God so loved the whole world that he sent his only begotten son, that whoever believeth in him will not perish but have everlasting life. There's no part in it that said it except the Jew. He came, actually the Bible says, for the Jew first and then for the Gentiles. So these people who are like reminiscent of the KKK, when the KKK began to, and it's a very small percentage of the woke right, it's a very small percentage, it's not a lot, there's a very small percentage that follow the Nick Fuentes crowd. I've had nothing but great reception from most Republicans. And so I just want to say, I won't stop speaking. You can't silence me. I don't care how many N-words you call me. I don't care what you say. I'm determined to stand for the Jewish people.
Like a good raccoon. It don't matter how many times they call you the N-word. It don't matter how many monkey jokes and watermelon fried chicken jokes they throw your way. You just gonna get on it. You get on your knees.
They've learned to accept it. It's like it's almost like Jim Crow all over again. They've learned to accept it. They've been desensitized to the word. Oh, anybody can say the word. And it's like, of course they can say the word. But what does that say about the people we're talking about, okay? All right, we're gonna appreciate that Young Don Reacts, man. Make sure y'all sub up to Young Don Reacts if IDR. All right, man. Let's go look at this. I don't know how
and myself
feel about this one, you know, but let's look at this real quick. Look at this guy's freaking eyes looking at Ye, man. This shit is crazy hilarious, yo. I don't know which rabbi this is. I don't know where they're stationed at, where they're located at, but we do have Kanye West apologizing to the Jewish. All right. He's holding the hands of the rabbi, and he wants to, you know, let them know that he's sorry. Okay. I don't know his intentions. Maybe Ye is just trying to be a God-fearing man, a Christian man. Maybe that's, you know, what the reason behind it. So I'm not going to sit up here and say the reason for what he's doing because I don't know him. Okay. But let's hear what the guy has to say.
feel really blessed to be able to sit here with you today and just take accountability.
Like I said too, man, it's ironic, okay? It's extremely ironic that we're seeing people like Nick Fuentes, a guy that was aligned with Kanye West, okay? So a lot of things that are placed in front of us, we have to, you know, take it with a grain of salt, people. That's how, like I always tell y'all, man, make sure y'all sub up. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also check out lboogiereacts.com. We got some merch popping. But it's extremely ironic that Kanye West is apologizing in the midst of everything that's taking place currently with the black conservative. I'm assuming, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Kanye West is also considered a black conservative. So he's now, he said, open up the cheeks to them J people to come on in. Pause. Oh my God, man. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Ye, man. Some would say that he's under hypnosis, allegedly, cloned, allegedly, and then on medicine, allegedly. At one point, man, I felt like Kanye was definitely one of the greatest hip hop artists to ever, you know, grace us with his presence on the microphone. Now I'm looking at it definitely from a political standpoint when I see Kanye West talking to a rabbi and trying to get some, you know, some straightening. Okay. It's all political. Like I said, let me get back to my point. So Nick Fuentes is talking down on the black conservative. He's talking down on the black community. He's calling them niggas. He's saying that we shouldn't be race mixing. And he's not going to be around no black people because he feel like he going to get robbed, you know, or he's going to get unalived or get hurt. Now we got a guy like Kanye West back on the scene. I don't know where he's been at. And he's speaking to the Jews, to the Jewish.
I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have them take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease.
Kanye look frail as hell right there, man. Damn. He look frail. He looked like somebody's definitely giving him instruction on what to say, how to present it, how to reflect. Damn, man, this is crazy. Yeah, he looked sick, man. He definitely looked like. And they were also saying that Kanye was buying the Nas gas, you know, and inhaling that. I'm gonna say allegedly on that one as well.
So
Damn, yo, this
it's
shit
like
crazy. And it be our
if you left the
people,
house
see?
and you left your kid at the house and your
I must go back a little bit. But it be our people, yo. It's our people that's being affected. One of the richest black men in America, stripped of his riches, stripped for his patents, because those patents will re-release in the future. Okay, they will release those just like they retro everything else. They're going to retro his shoes in the future, retro all of his merchandise. They're going to make their money. Oh, they're going to get that money. They're going to get that money off that product. May not come when you think it's going to come, but it's going to re-release. It's going to retro, and they're going to benefit off of it because they own the patents. They own the rights to his product. Now, he does have the slides out currently on his website, but all the other shoes, no, you haven't seen them, okay?
Dream where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease.
I can agree with that.
So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your child. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I gotta go clean up the kitchen, I gotta clean up the living room, I gotta clean up the garage. Yeah, and it's a big deal for me as a man to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said, and I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends. And this is the beginning and the first steps and the first brick by brick to build back the strong walls. Judaism. Judaism brought to the world a way for someone when he regret about something that he has done wrong. And the Jews live on this way of if someone did something wrong, he can regret and fix it. And the rabbis are hugging you and hugging everybody. And God willing, and from now on, strong things and good things, and only good. You are very good man.
Amen. This crazy. Yeah, we always got to get humiliated on camera. Always. Always and forever. Wow. Wow, man. I don't know what the hell going on or why that's even relevant. To witness on camera. Obviously it's for that community once again. And then obviously our people are going to react a certain way. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks because they stripped the man of his riches and now he's apologizing. You know what I'm saying? Like how you gonna rob me, take my family legacy, my wealth, something that he generated based off of his name, and then he gotta apologize? Go figure, man. Go figure, people. Nah, I don't understand that one. Yashiyahu Yosef Pinto for anti-Semitic remarks in Manhattan meeting. That's crazy, yo. All right, sorry about that. Yep. So this right here just lets me know, you know, what's it's just like it's like confirmation all over again. You know, buck breaking, all sorts of it. Okay, our people have to, you know, walk around apologizing, feeling sorry, feeling scared, feeling hurt, just to, you know, make everyone else comfortable around us, make everyone feel safe around us, all while they're, you know, making sure that we're the consumers of their product. That's what it boils down to, okay? We spend our money with all the other nations. Our money never stays in our community. And when it does, you know, we got to learn how to follow up on that. That's all I'm going to say, okay? It definitely shows, you know, what's taking place, you know. Yeah, definitely buck breaking people. All right. Other than that, I don't really have another message for this particular title right here. Make sure y'all tune in next time for L Boogie Reacts, for, you know, more reactions. Make sure you hug your loved ones, let them know how much you love them. Tomorrow's never promised, man. Shout out to all my supporters. Salute to your action, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Russell Red in the building, man, and everybody else. Phoenix Rising in Chicago. All my people, man. I appreciate all my mods and all the people that support me. Yeah, man. Yeah, Kanye gotta chill, man. Like I said, I don't know if he's just trying to get the money off of it, or you know, if once again it definitely looks like design. We got this Nick Fuentes bull crap taking place, and now we got Kanye apologizing on X. It's being displayed. Like, nah. No. Okay. This right here is definitely buck breaking, and it's definitely to let you to humble yourself. We gotta humble ourselves, okay? Up until next time, man. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. We up out of here, man. L Boogie Reacts. We gone. Salute. Peace.